Hey, hello!
I'm Dani.
I'm Carrie.
Welcome back to introduce our very new segment called What's the Tea?
Diamond painting with Carrie and Dani.
Cooks with books. And welcome to the Dani and Carrie Show. Like and subscribe, and that's the tea. You know it's Dani.
And you know it's Carrie.
And we're here to talk to you about Alchemised. Because we have some thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Who's
by
it by?
SenLinYu.
Okay, good.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so I do apologize. But yeah, we just finished this book last night.
Yeah, last night.
Last night. For the both of us. And we've got some thoughts. We have not yet talked about it with each other, so we're here to discuss our final thoughts of Alchemised right now.
Right here, right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Carrie,
Yes.
overall rating. Let's start with that.
All right. Me, 3.5 out of 5. Because, I mean, it's really good. It's a dark fantasy. I love dark fantasy. But this is a 1,000-page, well, actually over 1,000-page book. So this is a commitment. So if you have work, kids, whatever, be prepared to read this for at least a month or more, because it will take you that long. But it's so good. Like, the story is very good. It is kind of depressing and dark throughout the thing, so be prepared for that. And yeah. What about you? What was your rating?
It was actually the exact same. I had 3.5. Yeah.
Oh wow, you were leaning towards like a 4.
Yeah, I did rate a 4 on Goodreads. Like, well, I'll be saying about that. But
Okay.
I enjoyed the book. I did enjoy the book. There were some things that were lacking for me. I thought
Yes.
part 1 and part 2 were really good. Part 3 was meh.
Yeah, well, it was wrapping up the story. I actually liked part 3. I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop the entire time, and then when nothing happened, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought, it was kind of nice, like, in a way. I don't know if we should do a spoiler warning right now in case we start talking about things.
I was about to say, yeah, because, like,
I would like to discuss it a little bit anyways, but yeah, no, we'll just in case you haven't read it yet, spoiler warning.
Spoiler.
Okay, so, but yeah, I thought that when
So,
Moro
okay,
died-
wait, let's just say what the book is about.
Okay.
So let's explain. So, like, the book is about this young lady who has, like, I mean, this world, like, the magic is alchemy, so they have, like, this resonance, so they can each of them can control certain elements of the world. And for her, she has what's called vivimancy.
Yes.
Yeah, so essentially she's like a healer. Like, she can control, like, your body so that, you know, it can heal faster.
She control things that are alive.
Yes. And anyway, so there's like the end of a war and the bad guys have won and she is now a prisoner, and then it's just kind of like her journey throughout. And then, like, the middle of the book, should I say it?
Well, in the beginning, she doesn't have her memory.
Yeah.
And then throughout so that's part 1, she's lost her memory. Part 2, she's slowly regaining her memory back, and we're seeing what has happened throughout the war. Yeah, I don't know if what you were referring to, but yeah.
I did, yeah. Huh?
You say whatever you want. What were you gonna say?
I have no idea.
Okay. But yeah, so it's her, like, getting her memory back, and also her relationship. So she was essentially she was working with, like, a trader on the other side, and they were working together to...
Yeah, like a spy. Like, he was part of, like, the bad side, but he wanted the good side to win. So they were working together to, you know, try to sabotage the other side during the war.
Yeah.
And anyways, and then they end up kind of falling in love with each other.
Yeah, and the whole point of the war is that the one side is called the Eternal Flame, and they are against necromancy. Their whole shtick is that they want to wipe necromancy out.
And also,
and
they also had like this weird thing about vivimancy as well, because I guess vivimancy and necromancy were kind of like hand in hand together. So they kind of looked down on people that had vivimancy and like made them do kind of awful things just so they could be part of the Eternal Flame. Yeah. And, like, a lot of people hid that they had vivimancy. Yeah. And so the other side was this necromancer guy. He was like, I'll give all these guys, you know, immortality if you join me. And it was just like a whole thing. Yeah. And like I said, in part 1, I was quite interested. I was slightly traumatized. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, so like for me, because like we had just finished reading Hooked, and that was like, you know, fast food. But then you switch to this, and like the writing, like I find she's very intelligent, like the way she writes. It's very technical in some ways. Yes, yeah. And I love the way she writes, but because my brain was so used to having McDonald's, I wasn't ready to have a five-star meal. So so it took me a little bit to get into it. And yeah, as you said, like the first bit, I think it's like 500, it must be, was it 300 pages? Yeah, it's about 300 pages. It's super dark, and you're just like, oh my god, like traumatized. And there was a section where I wasn't sure I was going to finish the book. I thought I was going to be stopping there, but thankfully the author did us a service and only like lasted that little section. I think I know, you know what I'm talking about. And it was like only like maybe a few pages, maybe a chapter. Mm. But yeah, no, I really liked part 2, learning about everything else. But part 3, I felt it was kind of it was kind of nice. The story wrapped up, and I really liked how Kane and Helena had their like really kind of nice happy ending in their own like twisted kind of way. But I was expecting that something more to happen with Morrill other than him to die in one line. Yes, exactly. Like I thought it was going to be this whole thing. I was expecting actually more for the ending, because like I seen all through TikTok, like everybody like, oh, reading Alchemised, and then like, oh, I'm starting Alchemised, yeah, and then at the end they're like bawling their eyes out. I did not get that feeling. No, it was a nice story, and I was like, okay, like unfortunately, like, yeah, you can see how clearly they are going to be affected by this throughout their whole, like, the rest of their life, but they got out together, and then they had their child, baby, their daughter grew up with them, and it just seemed like, you know, they had the best possible outcome that they were ever going to have, and I kept waiting for more to show up. I kept waiting, and then all of a sudden it was just like, then Lila went out and did it, like... And just like, oh, here's a bomb, and boom, and dead. Yeah, and then I was like... And it's like, oh, okay, I was so now what? He was fetus, for God's sakes! Yeah! I expected a little more than that. I was expecting, like, a whole fight, and maybe Kane having to go in, and then she was gonna lose Kane, and this whole devastating thing, but, like, no, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, happy ending, here we go, yay, rah, rah. I'm not upset about the fact that there was a happy ending, because I'm like, oh, like, it was... It was sweet. It was kind of bittersweet. Yeah, like last night when I was reading, I had some nice music on, and I was like, oh, this is a nice way to finish up the book. Like, it was really nice. But then I was also just kind of like, okay, I really just wanted something at the ending to really pack punch. I know. I was prepared to be bawling my eyes out. Yeah, I expected something huge to happen at the end, but nothing really did. No. But yeah, I think I really enjoy this story. I think it would be interesting to reread it, knowing now everything that's gonna happen and what happened in the past, like prior to book 1. I feel like I'm gonna be picking up a lot of like hidden things that I wouldn't have picked up the first time reading it. So. Yeah. No, I agree. I think it would be a really interesting reread. Not that I would plan to reread probably this anytime soon, but no, because it is a commitment. It is. It's so and not thick. That dissuades me, to be honest. I like
like getting into something.
Big books and getting that
Honestly,
done.
I'm not even gonna lie. I love having like a good long story to like kind of get myself into. I really, really enjoy it, but it was just it was good, not great.
Yeah, because
Personally,
and because it's a dark romance fantasy, you have to be prepared that the whole book is going to be dark and depressing. So maybe you should read like a happy book prior, read this, and then read a happy book after, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So that's my suggestion.
Yeah. One other thing I will say is the plot point about the whole necromancy war and how it like necromancy first came to be and the whole like how the Philosopher's Stone was created. That part of the story I was so interested in. I was like locked and loaded into that, and then I feel like I wanted more on that.
Yeah, I feel like they like dropped that and then they just kind of put it to the side.
Yeah, and I was like, I really wanted more on that, but yeah.
And then I just thought about that. Thank you for reminding me. But they didn't like because Cain had the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing happened.
No, they never really taught. Like I feel like
I was hoping that there were gonna be a little bit more. Like he would have more power, or like something crazy was gonna happen, or maybe even their child was gonna like inherit something like insane. But they just kind of like, oh, he had the stone, and that. And now he was somehow okay.
It was definitely something that I would have liked to know a little bit more about.
Yeah.
But it was more focused on like Helena's and Cain's story. 100%. Like it was focused on their story, not all the other stuff was all kind of like secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Alchemized. I would definitely recommend if you like dark romance fantasy. Is very well written, but it's a commitment, so
and keep in mind there are trigger warnings in there, so please look into those if
those things bother you. Because as I said, like there was like one little bit where I was very uncomfortable and didn't like it, and I almost stopped reading after that, but I kind of pushed through, and I'm glad that I did because it didn't last long, and then everything was, well, it's not hunky-dory for Helena, but, it wasn't as bad. Like, it's not, well. Anyways, you know what I mean.
The worst was over.
The worst was over. Jeez. All right.
Well, thank you for listening to us talk about Alchemized.
Yes, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next chapter. Bye!
Supposed to be talking right now. This is the Carrie and Dani show. Let's go.
Alchemized.
I'll move my arms. Alchemized. We are moving alchemized. Hi.